daughter Lily was going to school downstairs, and one day I was coming back up after dropping her off, and I thought, I'm in a church. I'm in a church, and my daughter's going to school in this church, and I don't really know anything about this church. So I came up the stairs and I went into the chapel. And then the next thing that happened is this woman named Kathleen Jones walked over and sat down next to me. And she started asking me about myself, and I was so moved that a complete stranger in a church was coming up to ask me about me, and that I actually broke down and started sobbing and told her that I was going through a divorce and that my daughter went to preschool downstairs. About that time, I realized I was really lonely. I have tons of friends, but I didn't really have I didn't have a church family. You know, when I was a little child, I told my mom when I was about 6 years old, I said, I know I'm an angel and I was sent here by God and I'm supposed to make people happy. And I know that I said that because I just finished taking a bath and my mom was drying me with a towel. And she thought that was really, you know, humorous for a child to say. But it ingrained in me this responsibility and this sense of partnership with God. So all my life I've been on a journey to find other people that felt this way. And I've never really felt like I belonged. I would go to Baptist churches, I went on Zen retreats, I went to study with Guru Mai Chidvilasananda in the Catskill Mountains, which was wonderful. And every place I went, I could see the footsteps of God around me, but just wasn't quite it. And then when I started coming to this church, First United Methodist Church, I started realizing that A, it was okay to ask questions, and B, it was okay to be different. Coming to this church has strengthened my relationship with God and with Christ because I get to be me. And sometimes that's scary. Sometimes I don't know who I am. But I feel like it's okay that I'm on this pathway of discovery and that God's walking with me instead of in front of me or behind me, that this is a place where we're in it together. Since I've had my first child, I got married in this church, and both of my children, I had a second child, I've been baptized in this church. I've celebrated many ups and downs with people in this church. I have a huge family now, and I'm connected to other Methodists around the country. I feel like I've grown exponentially by coming to this church, and if I may say, I brought some people into this church that weren't going here before. Maybe you'll be one of them. You know, maybe you're thinking to yourself, I don't have a place in this world. There is no church that can accommodate who I am. And I want to tell you that's not true. There are a lot of great places in Austin, Texas that you can come and worship. But my heart is right here at First United Methodist Church. And let me tell you why. Because it's not just about this structure, it's about the people. I want you to know that the Methodist Church has its problems. But like a marriage, when you get married to someone, you're in it for better or for worse. And when I took an oath to join this church, I took an oath for better or for worse. So actually some of the worst times I've had with this church have because I've stayed through them, because I've gone through the yuck and the muck, I've gotten to the other side of the fence, so to say, and it's greener. You know, if I had left this church, I'd just be going through the same motions at another church. I'd get bored and I'd leave that church and go somewhere else. But because I'm growing old with my church, I'm growing old in relationships here, I'm developing a family that I would not have had and that my children have, and that hopefully their children's children will have. You know, that's amazing.
Oh, 'cause we are each other's angels. Oh, and we meet when it is time. Oh, we keep each other going, and we show each other signs.